Okay, go. Hello, hello. Welcome. So, hello. I am Flowers, as they call me. I'm going to be running Ratchet and Clank. Now, this game has a few things right at the beginning, so I'm going to warn people that I'm going to be yapping from probably the start to the finish. So I will try and answer some questions if you do ask questions. So I'm just going to put it out there that there's a few things that may be confusing or may look weird. So there's that's a pre-warning on what's about to go down. Now, this game is probably my favorite out of all the Ratchet and Clank series because I know someone's going to ask me this, so I'm going to state this right now. So, this game is not that bad. It's not a long run. We're going to ignore the estimate because I'm probably going to beat it by at least 10 minutes because my PB is way out there. Let me ask. That's really funny. That's really funny. But no, I'm a favorite of Ratchet and Clank on obviously. Now, I'm going to be doing a trick right at the beginning, and I'll explain why. It only saves like 5 seconds, but we're going to ignore that. Anyway, I'm going to be getting started. So, I have an auto splitter, so I don't need to count myself down, but time will start like on first input. That's how things work in this game. Now, I have a trick right at the beginning of this. So I'm gonna just go. I'll try to explain it as I am playing, but I can't say too much. Oh, the camera went weird. But we have something called a camera flip where we are just pushing Ratchet with the camera to just skip a bit of the bridge. It's a nice little trick that, oh my god, that just saves some time, and it's really cool. It's really used across the run, and it's definitely something that I'd say is probably one of the coolest tricks that is in this run. Using the camera that is a physical object is always a fun thing, and that's across all the games as a general type of trick. And I think it's definitely interesting on why the camera is a physical object. I'm not like all technical about it. It's just it exists and you can use it, and it's all types of fun. Now that's Veldin. Veldin is just you grab some bolts, as bolt is a main currency. Now I'm going to be doing. Yeah, the speedruns are very cool. I'm a big fan of speedrunning it, obviously. Now I'm going to be doing another trick here, which is called a ledge proxy, which is another camera trick. Now what's going on is that the bomb and the camera are being shoved together to push Ratchet up, which is really cool. It's just you don't need to do too much with it. It's just you get sent up. It's a really cool thing, I can say. Um, it looks really good. I'm a fan of so many tricks in this game. Now, what I can say is there's a few RNG aspects of this game that I do not like. And a prime example is this helicopter right here. This helicopter has a varying amount of bolts that can drop from it, and it can vary your route just a little tiny bit on these planets. It just depends on how much bolts you do get from that helicopter, because it all depends on how many bolts you drop. because it will change. And now we have the helipad, which is our main source of movement for most of the run. It has many movement techniques. You know, you just got like a long jump. Now, the long jump is not the only thing you can do, because you can cancel things out of your long jump to do multiple movement options, which is really cool, I can say. It's a very cool aspect of this game that I like over the other games. I would say it's probably the best aspect, and it's probably the easiest game to get into because of its movement being so accessible. Now, what I just did there is called train skip. What we're doing is we're getting hit by the missile to cancel the cutscene, so you just don't have to. It lets you move about on the train, which is pretty cool. It saves about like 15 seconds compared to just chilling on the train and, you know, doing, you know, just sitting there through the cutscene basically. Now, the very early game, as you can see, is just chaotic. It's just, you got a load of tricks that's one after another, one after another, one after another, which, as you can see, has a difficult spike depending on where you're being. But either way, it just makes the runs look so cool because there's so much in such a short time. You know, it's just one of those things. Now, the reason I've reloaded here is because I'm doing a trick called Jackpot. Now, I don't know the complete full details of it, but I can just say it gives you a lot of money after killing one enemy. Now, I killed loads of enemies there, not on purpose. It's just that they all like ran up to me. But what we're doing is we're going over to this gold vault area here to get to these crates. Now, we destroy that first crate over there for a reason, and then we destroy this crate, and then we can destroy this crate, and then this crate behind us, and then as you can see, I'm now rich. It basically puts a bolt multiplier onto your bolts, but it's only one use per file. It saves people time to do this, because obviously we need bolts to, you know, buy Umbris. You know, I think most people have seen it before. Umbris is a big part of where you'd be stuck, because you need 4,000 bolts to buy that's the big like check. Now, welcome to the shortest planet in the game, which is Eudora. You just can flip through the door, and boom, you're done with the level. That's probably the meme planet of this, where we go onto Eudora and it exists for like not that long at all. That's probably a big meme within this community, where Eudora is just existing. Now, as you can tell, I have not gotten the swing shot, and there's multiple reasons for that, because it's slow, and there's a trick that is coming up of why we don't need the swing shot. Now, as you notice, I'm not going to get grind boots, I'm not going to get most of the gadgets. So, what I'm going to be doing here is using a cam flip to get past the checkpoint you normally get for this blarg ship. Now, the checkpoint is about like right over there where I just looked, and we normally just go right past it. Sometimes you can get it from just standing on top of the little grates there that I just went over, but yeah, not bad. Now, this is where one of the hardest tricks come. I could fail, I could succeed, I can't tell you. But here comes one of the definitely the hardest tricks. Now, what I'm about to do is something called a cineflip. Now, what we're doing is we're cancelling side flips into side flips, and then we're going into aisle J Oh, I got that first try, by the way. That was very good. And I'm doing this while talking. Now, I just did 2 tricks in one, because you can cancel Cineflips into ILJs. That's like a perk of them. And it's definitely, you know, you can just fly anywhere, but not anywhere. You can only fly over surfaces that are like counting you as dead, as in like you die by that surface. Now, some surfaces like gas bar do not apply to this. For example, oh, there's my first mistake of the run. It was going so well. As I was saying, now there's multiple reasons of why would, you know. Oh, I got that. Sorry, I keep getting distracted every time I hit a trick because I'm like, oh yeah, actually, oh no, I failed again. See, this is what happens on a marathon run. But I just love all the tricks in this game. Of you don't need the swing shot, and there's just so many cool movement options. So many. Like, there's just, you get to use the helipad and then the thruster pack, which is a thing, because I'm not skipping that. There is skips for that, but I'm not doing them in this run. Which isn't bad, you know. Anyway, there you go. I just got Battaglia. And that's the first part of the game, basically. That's basically all the early game, which is a lot. It's a lot in a short amount of time, so it's very difficult to definitely start runs. I can say that because I've been struggling as of recently. I can say that it's definitely been a struggle to play this game recently, but it's a lot of the same movement options. Like something that I used in the beginning, which I'll talk about, is something called a macaroni. We're basically we're trying to do like long jump inputs to gain speed, and for some reason it does. I'm not like completely technical about macaronis, but I know they just gain a lot of speed. They help, you know. It's just a lot of cool core mechanics that we are abusing, you know. Now, something that I'm doing is something called a mid-air. You'll see that I do them a lot. They're slightly different to long jumps, because what we're doing is we're cancelling a side flip into a long jump. That's what a mid-air is. It's one of the staple movement mechanics in this game. If you want to be like, you know, somewhat good at the game, they're not required at like a beginner level. Obviously, I'm intermediate, I would say, at best. You know, like, not to put myself down, but there's definitely people that are better. But I'm happy to show off what I can do, you know, because there's a lot of cool things. Now, here's another trick that I very much like, or glitch. We're using the camera again for another trick called a camera proxy. Now, a camera proxy is basically the same as a ledge proxy, but we're using like the wall behind us and the camera to like force Ratchet up. That's the basics of a camera proxy. We're using the camera to proxy us up, as in the name itself, and the bomb is just helping for us to get high. It's not used very often in these runs, because it's only certain surfaces you can go off of. And that's pretty much the whole like early game, I would say. That's what I would say the early game is just that. That but all the way from Veldin to Battalia is probably the the early game, I would say. You know, it wasn't a terrible early game. I mean, I failed like one of the harder bits, so, you know, I'm not that embarrassed. Now, here comes a trick that you may have not seen before. Now, it's called a clank ledge proxy. Now, we're using the camera again. You see, the camera is a big theme. I got that first try. But what I'm doing is I'm just, you know, proxying off of a ledge with the camera, and it sends me up. I'm very happy I got that first try, by the way, because that trick is hard. That trick is not for the weak. I can definitely say that. But I'm happy. I'm definitely happy that I got that first try. But yeah, there you go. I grabbed the mag boot mainly because the magma boot. There's a few tricks later on that. Oh yeah, thank you for the good luck. Sorry, someone said something to me. But there's a there's a few things I'm gonna be doing later on that is very cool. There's a oh yeah, thank you. But as you can see here, I'm gonna be doing another ledge proxy to get up here. Oh, or maybe not. There we go. Now, as you'll see, I'm just gonna grab these bolts. You know, I need these bolts for Okitaru. Give me my money. I need at least one. Okay, cool. The full lava land in Ratchet. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, you cannot ILJ off of these, off that death plane. It's only certain surfaces, you know, like Unreal Gar, Umbris, Hoven. That's like the main three. There's like other little places you can do. Now, welcome to the most infamous. Oh, I nearly forgot to fire bombs. But this is the most infamous planet, I would say, with all the fish. Now, I can say that the fish will probably cause a problem because their movements are a little bit random, which is a bit unfortunate, I would say. I've definitely died by these fishes a few times, and it's very rough. But now we're going to be doing the same thing in essence here with the fish, jank fish as it's called, where we get lots of money from hitting fish in a certain way and then killing them in a certain way. We'll just get extra bolts by doing this. It's a nice little trick so we can get, you know, some little extra money because we need the money. Oh, I can't play with bomb today. I fell off. Okay. No, come back! No, come back! Left me behind. I don't know what happened there, but it just made me fall off. Oh well. I've not seen that before, but welcome to Marathon Runs 1.0, I guess. But yes, I'm going to say that this is my first marathon run, so don't expect greatness. I thought I'd mention this great fact. You know, I gotta deal with trying to explain why I'm doing things, you know. Because obviously, I'm trying to get bolts for the thruster pack. Is an essential part, obviously. If you do not know this game, this game is pretty fun to you know speed run, but there's just so much to consider. Man, does not want me to get on this. Come on. We're having the problems. I'm trying to get on top of here so I can get money. But yeah, now, would I have a favorite planet? I would say so. I think my favorite planet in speedrunning, I would say, is on Quarty. Because there's a unique trick there. Because obviously you'll see that I'll not have that many bolts. I'm hinting to a very cool trick that I'll get to explain later on why I have really low bolts. But it's fine. Now, this planet is just like the chill planet. This is probably like the chillest planet in the whole run because you just don't do too much. You just kill fish. How long is 100? It depends, like on your skill level. But are you talking for like world record type thing, or you like intermediate, or like you just look like that question like depends on what type of skill level you want to be at. Like, if you're just starting it, then it can be, like, up to 3 hours. If you're, like, decent enough, you can get, like, probably 2 hours, an hour. It just depends. If I did it, I mean, I haven't ran it, but I think I could probably get under 2 hours myself. Please die. I nearly just loaded. But I'd probably get like 2 hours, I would say. Because we don't have exactly a 100 category, but I know like what you're asking. We have more like all check marks, but I could probably get under 2 hours. Because obviously the categories depend on if you play any percent or if you play 20 plus, you know. Now, I've been playing any percent as of recently because, you know, it's a bit more chill. You don't have to worry about too many things. But 100 is definitely a big category. And you have to keep track of a lot, like collecting gold bolts, you know, getting skill points. It's definitely a lot. So I don't think it's for me, but I could definitely do it if I wanted to. It's just I prefer, you know, where I don't have to worry about so much, you know. This category has a few limits on what you have to worry about, like, you know, your bolt count, your health on a few planets, you know. There's just a few things that you'd have to worry about on some of these. Now we're going back to Auton 2, you know. Poketoru is probably the longest planet in this. So, you know, that's like the break planet, you know. You just completely sweat for like, you know, a few minutes, like 15 minutes probably, and then you're like, okay, I'm on Poketoru. It's really funny because Poketoru is a resort, and you're getting a nice little break at the resort. That's what I find funny to me, is like, it is like a little break from, you know, extreme movement, you know. That's true, yes. Do stay hydrated. I've already been drinking through this whole thing. Oh, wow. Anyway, as you see, we have ledge proxies are back in business. Now, this is so we don't have to use the swing shot nodes, obviously, that are, you know, right over my head. Oh. Okay, it's fighting me. I'm not in the corner. Hello? Wow, okay. I am not really that. It happens. Welcome to marathons where you're trying to... Now, normally I don't have a problem with that second proxy. It's normally the first one, so... I guess things change when you're playing and being watched by multiple people. Now I'm going to be doing a little trick here with the thruster pack, where, as you can see, I just glide. I'm just like gliding onto the ground. It's just a little bit faster than walking up it normally. Now I'm just going to clip through this door. You can just double jump and clip through this door, which is a nice little trick. It just has a bit of a bit of a wonky collision. We're not that scary. Look how I feel. You know, this is my first time doing this, and I'm trying my best out here, right? And then, you know, you just got to get into a flow of things. You know, I'm trying to like gauge the experience. Now we're gonna be doing some flips up this turret. Or not, because I stopped way too early. Anyway, there's a backup for a reason. Now, here's this little turret section. There's a little trick you can do with this turret section where if you press circle every like certain amount of times, well, at a certain time, you can just kill the turrets a little bit faster. Which is a nice little trick. That's why your flowers. Yes, that's true. I like flowers. There's actually a lot of flowers in this game. They all look the same, but you know, I got my name from mainly from playing Undertale, which is a very cool game. That's what mainly it's related to, but there's a few more references in there. So that's the most obvious reference. But I appreciate. Oh wow, my aim. These helicopters are like. Right, last turret. Don't want to die. These helicopters. Please just stop missing. Oh my god, I'm gonna die in this turret if I don't stop missing. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. I'm having a ball. Oh my god. Sorry. Sorry for all the people that may have cringed at that. I had to. Wow, that distance was crazy. I've never seen. Anyway, that's just that planet. You know, we did a few flips. I kind of failed it, and I did not cringe. Okay, good. Now, this planet is one of the funnier planets we do, I would say. It's not too long and it's not too short. So, as you've probably seen casually, you have to destroy a few things, but what we do is we just ledge proxy. You know, proxy past everything. That's the answer to life in this game, is you just proxy past everything. You just proxy past everything. Solves all your life problems. That's what the doctors said to me. And I think they were lying. And the Gaspar, I mean not Gaspar, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Gemlik is just a little nice planet. Just, you know, few proxies, and you're done. Because normally you have to fight Quark, but you do not need to fight Quark. You can just go over the platform. But there is a trigger to put you back into the fight, but you can just go around it. And once you go over a certain spot, it will activate, and you kill the boss. It just dies. Now, what we're going to be doing here is a proxy up here. And the reason is because we want to get to the PDA. Normally this proxy is not that bad, but we're trying to get up to Cork here. This should work. Now at Cork, and now we have the PDA. Now the PDA is very useful because we can reset our state with the PDA, which is a nice little thing. You know, you can infinite jump, you can pretty much do anything with the PDA. Now the PDA has a lot of movement options with the helipack in this game as well, which you'll see later on. But mainly the PDA is just going to be used to just get over this wall. You know, you can instantly go up with the PDA side flips, as they're called. You know, I just had enough bolts. Wow. And boom. That is that. And now here comes one of probably the coolest tricks in the game. As you can see, I do not have a lot of bolts. I do not have a lot of bolts at all. And you might be wondering on where am I going to get a lot of bolts from? And there's a certain trick on this planet that I'm going to be doing that will give me about 3,000 bolts. And it's a nice little interaction with the Clank Arena. It's a very, very interesting trick, I would say. Would definitely say it's one of the cooler tricks in this run. Oh wow, failed my PDA side flip, but with PDA side flips you can do pretty much anything to the pack. You can do side flips, you can do high jumps, you can do whatever. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be bombing this thing right here 4 times. Boom, I bombed it a few times, and now I'll be cam flipping out and hyperstrike. Now as you can see, I now have 3,000 bolts just from nowhere. I just got 3,000 bolts from air, just from nothing. Now, the reason I got the bolts there is because we're killing things that are in the arena itself. For some reason on that certain bomb spawn, I don't even know what it's called to be honest, but on that certain spot, if you throw that certain amount of bombs, you kill all the people in the arena, because they're always spawned in, don't know why, but they're always spawned in now. It's a nice little trick to get enough bolts for the oh, that would have been sick. Anyway, what I was just doing there was a movement chain. It's probably the flashiest thing in the run, is that movement chain, but I didn't hit it. It's okay. I didn't expect to be that amazing, as they say. But, you know, this has been a nice little run. I wouldn't say it's been too special, but, you know, marathon runs are just like that. You just go off what you know, what there is, and how it's going to be for this game if you ever try and run it, or if you want to watch it, for example. Ratchet, yeah, I love Ratchet so much. Now, we're now on the final planet. So, obviously, I'm deploying the Pyrocita. That's a big thing in this. On the PAL version of the PS3 version only, let me get that right. The Pyrocita can deal damage to Drek on every frame, which is a very cool thing. You know, he'll just die really fast. And it's definitely one of the easiest tricks to do, I'd say, in probably this whole run, probably. Other than cam flips, maybe, but, like, otherwise, dealing damage on every frame is a ridiculous thing. I don't know how they've done it. It's probably just because of it's an FPS thing more than anything. Now, what we're doing here is we're just skipping past a bit of all the enemies, because, you know, with the PDA, you can just go over anything. The PDA is just so OP in this game. So, in any percent, you have to unlock it, unlike NG+. So, PDA isn't like a big, like, thing in the any percent portion of it. I like the fact that the PDA takes time to unlock, you know. Takes a very long time to unlock, so it's not a thing you'll see a lot. So I was just adjusting the angle. So we are going to be finishing very soon, by the way, because we're going to be getting to Drek, which isn't going to be taking too long, I would say. So what I'm going to be doing is, obviously, my game lags there. Anyway, I'm going to ignore that. We're just going to be going over to Drek's platform and murdering him very fast. He's going to die fast. It depends on how well he behaves, because sometimes he can go outside the arena, which just stops you from killing him, or he moves away from you, but there's ways of counteracting that, obviously. So here's Drek. Now, as you notice, we skipped some of his phases, you know, just so we don't have to go on those platforms, you know. But it's not necessary to... As you can see, his health bar just gets drained by the Pyrocita. Now, the bomb attack is the very, very best attack, because he just gets stunned there for a very long time. And that's probably the attack you'd want when fighting against him with the Pyrocita. We're trying to shove it into his hitbox. My side clip today has not been good, so I'm just gonna play it safe. A boom. As you can see, I'll just get it because I just don't care. Come back here. And now he's gonna die. And boom, he's dead. That is the run, basically. I'll be pressing this down, this great button down, and that is the end of that run. That's actually good. That's the end. That's actually a pretty decent run. My PB, that's 10 minutes faster than the estimate, but my PB is, you know, a 32, so that's respectable. That's a nice little run, I would say. Other than the few mistakes, you know, it's very good. I like that. I got to explain tricks. I got to, you know, have a great experience, and get to watch this funny cutscene where, you know, Ratchet gets to ditch Clank totally. But it's been a great time showing this game off. You know, it's my favorite Ratchet game. It has so many cool things in it, and that's it. Thank you, ESA. Thank you, Nilsson, in particular, and good luck to whoever is after me. Thank you for the GGs as well. I had a nice, fun time. I got to yap. That's the big thing. I got to yap the whole time. I knew I was going to easily beat the estimate I put, because I put that estimate a few months ago, like when I first... Yeah, this cutscene's so cool. It's probably... It's such a nice little cutscene, and it linked into Ratchet and Clank 2, which is you know... And there you go, that's the credit. I always let the cutscene play because, you know, it's nice to watch it. And there you go, that's the cut. Of course we need the cutscene. Exactly, Nilsson. You know. I'm actually really happy with that run. That is probably... That's not bad. I actually respect this run. This... I'm just happy that it's a decent run. I appreciate on coming on here, you know, for my first experience. That's true. You should do that. Had a very fun time. You know, I just wanted to try and see how much I could yap, and it was definitely a big yap session. But that's what we're here for. We're here for the nerds to yap about some stuff in their game and then do a whole little thing. You know, just go, here's this trick, here's this glitch, here's this, here's some cool little fun facts. Professional yappers, that's so true. Yes, the final bit of this would be cool. Now, I can say that you see, when you're in it and you're just like completely just going. The thing is though, when you're yapping, you can play better. It's just a feature, I would say, like like an extra feature on these speedruns. Let me just like, my game freeze. Okay, my game froze for a few seconds. You know what? It's a part of the... Oh. I'm trying to show something funny up here. Oh. It's just bonus content. Yeah, I just want to go something funny up here. Because, you know, we got time. Enabled things by accident. My game freeze again. We do have plenty of that. Why does my game keep freezing? Please don't crash. My game keeps freezing and I don't like it. I think it might have died. You know what? I don't mind leaving it on a crash frame actually. I was trying to show Quark. Quark lives behind one of these walls. Anyway, my PS3 died. My PS3 has crashed. But I'm going to leave it on this crash frame. You know what? I think there's a perfect frame to end it on. It looks like Ratchet's gone. The theme of the day, crashing, yes. 07 PS3. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing for nearly 8 hours, so... it's lasted as long as it's needed to. Yeah, no problem. I was gonna show some like extra things, but it's okay. my PS3. I'm not gonna restart my PS3 for this. It's don't worry. The PS3 will be fine. But yeah, hopefully whoever's next will have some fun. Bye, people.